Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to figure out how much the fancy CFOs are really getting paid to do what they do. Today we're diving into a quick report from United Rentals Inc. and its subsidiary United Rentals North America Incorporated. And folks, it involves adding a new captain to the ship. So what exactly is this document we're looking at? Well, it's a form called an 8K, which is basically a report to the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or CC for short. Companies file these to announce major events that shareholders should know about. Think of it like a breaking news alert for investors. Now, usually these 8Ks can be about a whole range of things, but this one, filed on the 4th of February 2026, is pretty straightforward. It is all about a change in leadership. Specifically, they are adding a new member to their board. This section directly tells us what happened. The board of directors, which is like the main governing body of the company, decided it was time to expand. They've increased the size of the board from 10 people to 11, and they've brought in a new person named Alexander R. Tausig. He is joining as an independent director, meaning he doesn't have any other business ties to the company that might influence his decisions, which is generally a good thing for oversight. So how do you get a gig like this? Well, it comes with some pretty nice perks. Mr. Tausig will be paid $125,000 a year just for being on the board. On top of that, he'll get an annual stock grant worth $190,000. This stock grant is actually given in the form of restricted stock units, which means they are shares of the company's stock that he'll own outright. For 2026, since he joined partway through the year, this amount will be adjusted proportionally. These units are usually fully vested, meaning he owns them, but they'll become fully payable after 3 years, though there are some exceptions that could allow him to get them sooner. The company also mentioned they've signed an agreement with him for protection, basically an indemnification agreement. This is pretty standard. It just means the company will help cover him if he gets into legal trouble for actions he took as a director, as long as he was acting in good faith. It is like an insurance policy for board members. Now, beyond the appointment itself, the company also put out a press release about this, and they've attached it to this filing. This is often done to make sure everyone gets the same information at the same time, which is what Regulation FD, or Fair Disclosure, is all about. They want to avoid anyone getting an unfair advantage by knowing about important news before the public does. So, this press release essentially rehashes the key information that Mr. Tausig is joining the board. It's a way for them to communicate this news widely without necessarily needing to go into deeper detail in the 8K itself. And lastly, this section just lists all the documents that are being submitted with this report. Here you can see they've included the press release as Exhibit 99.1, and also a special filing called an inline XBRL document, which is basically a more structured digital format for this report that computers can read more easily. Looking at this filing, it's a pretty straightforward announcement. United Rentals, a company that's a major player in the equipment rental industry, has decided to add another voice to its board. This often signals a company is growing or facing new challenges that require diverse perspectives. The compensation package, while substantial, is fairly typical for a director at a company of this size. The increase in board size suggests they might be preparing for future growth or perhaps looking to strengthen their governance structure. To read no indication of any major financial upheaval or operational shifts behind this particular move, but bringing in new talent at the highest level is always something to watch. It could mean new strategies are on the horizon, or simply that they want broader experience to steer the ship. So, what is my take on this? Well, adding directors is usually a sign of either growth or a desire for more diverse expertise, which can be positive. The compensation is in line with industry standards for a company of United Rentals' scale. The real story here isn't in the numbers in this specific report, as it is more about a structural change in leadership. However, the fact they are expanding the board is a quiet indicator that the company is probably feeling confident about its future prospects or is preparing for significant upcoming decisions. The risk here is minimal in the context of this report itself. But of course, any new leadership can bring unexpected shifts in strategy. Overall, this looks like a proactive step by United Rentals to ensure strong oversight as they continue to operate in their industry. Alright, that is our breakdown of United Rentals' latest filing. What is your take on this board expansion and what it might mean for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.